Okay. Hold on, let me just pull this up real quick and then we'll get started. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna get started. I'm super excited. I invited two of my upcoming leaders onto this Zoom to talk to you guys. I really think you're gonna like what they have to say because they're both such mass enrollers, and I definitely wanted to just have them come on here and share a little bit about their story and answer some questions that I have. Just simple, easy questions. If someone has questions, if you guys think of something, don't hesitate to ask, but I am going to try and keep this within an hour, so I know it's late, and whatever. So, Nicole, I'm going to start with you. So can you unmute yourself, or do you think I need you, or do you need me to unmute you? You got it?
Yeah.
Yay! Okay. So, you can just start off by telling us your name, your age. You can say what rank you are and what your goal is in 2019. And we'll start out with that.
Okay. My name is Nicole. I'm 21. This February 16th will actually be a year of being in It Works.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know. Time flies.
Yeah.
So I hit Emerald, but these past few months I have been slacking. So I'm at Ruby, but my goal for 2019 is to hit triple diamond.
It's definitely happening.
Don't
you worry. And I love that you said, like you kind of admitted like, okay, I've been slacking, but honestly, like you're still such an amazing enroller, and the fact that like you're still pushing is what's so inspiring. Like so many people like get so consumed with like a rank, and we're not all perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like things do happen, but the most important thing is that you are consistently working and enrolling every single day. Yeah. And I love that about you. Okay, so I'm just going to ask like simple questions, go into as much detail as you want. So the first question is, what do you do every day to be successful in your business, and how do you fit it into your everyday routine? So we could just talk about that.
Every day I'm making sure I am posting, following, and messaging, always doing that. The way I fit it into my schedule is that anytime I can be on my phone, I'm on my phone doing those 3 simple things. Yeah. It's really not hard at all. Just those 3 all day, every day.
I love that. And do you go to school or have a job?
I serve in the morning at a breakfast place. So during the day, I am a little busy.
Yeah.
But anytime I have free time, I'll get on my phone real quick and message someone, or afterwards, I'll just be on It Works all day after.
Yeah. I love that. You're like, no excuses. So what if I'm working? I love that. Nicole is literally a mass enroller, and she enrolls distributors like it's nobody's business, and customers too. Like she'll be like, oh, I just got like a 2,000 BB order. Like no joke. Like it's so crazy to me, and it's so amazing. But I love how you just kept it so simple, because guys, it's so true. Like even if you have like a busy schedule or whatever, like you can fit this into your schedule. It's all about priorities. Nicole could easily be like, yeah, like I have a job in the morning, and then when I get home, I'm tired, so I don't want to work. She could just not work. But obviously, like that's not the case. Like she wants more out of this business. And I love that. Like you have such a drive in you. Okay. What keeps you motivated? AKA, what is your why in this business? So like on days you're down, like what keeps you motivated, and why do you want to be successful?
I hate working for somebody. I don't ever want to work for somebody. That's mainly why, and just for my future family, I want to be able to provide from them. I come from a family that literally has nothing. Everything I have is on my own, so I want to be able to give my own family what they want and deserve. So I kind of think that motivates me.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely. It's like so simple. And I feel like a lot of people like think like, oh, I don't have a family, like kids. They're like, oh, I don't have kids right now, so like I'm not gonna like have that motivate me. But the fact that like you have something motivating you for your future is so amazing. Because guys, like, let's think about it. Like, don't you want to like be with your babies and like work from your phone and like live this life? Like, I love that you're just so easily motivated. You're so chill. I love it. You're just so laid back. Okay. So what keeps you motivated when you're down? Because we're obviously all human. Like we all get we all feel negative at some point. So like what makes you think, okay, you know what, I need to like pick it up and work?
I don't know. I watch a lot of motivational videos, and I feel like that's what really keeps me going and motivated. And then I just see you and like Cassie and everything, and I feel like that pushes me a lot just to pick me up and keep going. Like there is something and it works for me.
Oh my God, that was so awkward. It literally just froze for like 20,000 seconds. I was like staring at you. Like, what the hell? Sorry, could you just say that again? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So I watch a lot of motivational videos, and I feel like that's what pushes me. I'll have my down days, but then I'll go listen to one of those, and like it literally just pushes me to go harder and just work my business.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
I follow, like, I'll stalk you and you motivate me. Like, if she can do it, I can do it.
I love that. Yeah, it's actually funny you say that because, like, we're laughing about it, but you guys need to know, like, copy the right cat. Meaning, like, who do you look up to? Who inspires you? And maybe it's not like a ambassador diamond. Maybe, like, there's a double diamond that you look up to. And you know what? Follow them on Facebook. You know, look at what they're posting. You know, maybe become accountability partners with them. Like if they got a DT, be like, hey, how did you get that DT? Like, do you want to trade tips? Because that is the easiest way to be successful, is surrounding yourself with people who you want to be like and being inspired by them. I mean, it's literally that simple. I hang out with Cassie, Nay, Sasha, Nicole, Emily, like all the time. And like, those are my close friends, and they're also top income earners. And that's why I want to be like them, you know? So I love that.
That's funny you say that, because I used to like stalk Cassie's page. Like I joined directly under Cassie, and I used to stalk her. I was like, I'm gonna do everything she's doing because it's worked for her, so it's gonna work for me.
Exactly. Like you literally just hit the nail on the head, and you literally are such a mass enroller. So like just by you watching her, like you're doing the right thing, you know, and it's rubbing off on you. I love that. Okay. What is your biggest piece of advice you'd give to someone struggling in this business?
Consistency.
Talk about that a little bit, because I know you're very consistent with your business.
I am. I have my days when I'm like, what's the point of being consistent? But it works so much. Like I literally, like, I've had like 5 people message me today that I've messaged like months ago, and they ignored me, never responded, nothing. But they kept like seeing my post and seeing me just, I don't know, just keep posting about everything. And now they're finally interested in getting more information. Yeah. So that's definitely it, is consistency. Like, don't give up just because someone says no, or no one answered, or no one bought. Like, just keep posting and having them watch. It's definitely
it's so true. And you said like months ago that those people were from. And like, imagine if like months ago when they said no, you were like, oh, business doesn't work. And then like you quit, and then they came to you and you're like, oh, well, I don't do it works anymore, you know? So it pays off. It really does. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Was there another part to that question? Okay, so this is kind of like a vague answer, but I want you to answer it in the best, or a vague question. I want you to answer it in the best way possible, because you are a mass distributor enroller. So what is some tips you can give on enrolling distributors?
I don't know. I post a lot about what I do, like my daily just living life, I guess. And I guess people see that and they want that too. Just like Cassie, like I literally follow everything Cassie has done. So she's always posting about her life, and I think that helps a lot. Like, that's what made me interested in joining, was seeing her life. So I think posting a lot about what you do, like going out to eat, hanging out with your friends, whatever it is, going to the movies, just a lot of people want that. So I think you posting about it a lot and then you talking to them about it, they want that too. So sooner or later they will join for that.
I just love that. Like, it's so simple. I just love it. And it's so true. Like, I can't say it enough, but everything you're saying, like, it's so funny because this business is so simple. And I feel like Cassie has taught all of us that it's so simple and it's easy to duplicate. Yeah. So, like, if you want distributors, go make some life posts. If you want customers, go make some product posts. And it's so true. Like, people want, like, extra gas money. People want to hang out at the beach. Like, you live in Florida too. Like, you live that beach life. So, like, people are like, oh, I want to be like that.
It's perfect.
I love that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna say, because I know you get crazy orders too. Like, guys, I'm not even exaggerating in the slightest bit. Like, she'll literally, because in our group chat, we always shout ourselves out when we enroll. And Nicole will be like, Wraps, Thermofit, Green Cleanse, Thermofit, Gap Fighters order. And I'll be like, what? It's like 2 a.m. What are you doing? Like, so maybe talk about how you get customers. Do you ask a budget? Do you usually sign them on the spot? Like, maybe go into a little bit of detail about that.
Okay, so majority of customers is always weight loss customers. Yeah. And most of the time they want to lose a lot of weight. So I will throw a lot of the products at them. And majority of the time, like, they like everything that it says that it does. And I'll show them pictures and, like, they'll be amazed by the results because it happens in, like, 2 months. And I don't know, I just throw a lot of products at people. I'm like, there's this, this, and this. And most of the time, like, people love the different prices too for, like, the keto coffee and greens. Like, it's like one price and then the discount price. And you say both of those and people were like, oh, I love the discount price for all of those products.
Yeah. You just go all in.
I know. I go straight into it. I used to ask about the whole budget thing. Yeah. But most of the time when I do that, people don't respond. So I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to start talking about products because that's what they're interested in.
Perfect. I love that. And see, like, that's what works for you. And it's like everyone, I definitely feel like people want, like, oh, what's your secret sauce to enrolling? And obviously it's amazing to share because you want to try different things and see what works best for you. But, like, for Nicole, like, that's literally what works for her. Like, she goes in with the products and she gets these insane orders and she goes in with confidence. Like, I truly do feel like you just go in with, like, the utmost confidence and you're just like, here you go. Let's get your order in, you know, like, that's how you have to be. Like, you can't be scared to get a big order. You can't be scared to, like, throw products at people and, like, not literally throw products, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be scared of that because, like, that's what's going to get you, like, these orders and stuff. And, oh, that was just great. Okay. So does anyone have any questions? Like, I feel like we kind of, like, flew through that, but it's fine. And does anyone have any questions they want to ask Nicole? She's really nice. She won't bite. We'll just give it like 2 seconds maybe. But that was really, really good. And I'm, like, super, super proud. And did you say what your 29? Yeah, you said triple diamond. You said triple diamond. Yay! I love that so much. It's definitely happening. Yeah. Okay. So I guess no questions. We'll move on to Haley. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Nicole.
You're welcome.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, Haley, you can unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I want you to say your name, your age. You can say how long you've been in the business, your rank, and what your 2019 goal is.
Okay. Hi, I'm Haley. I'm 22. I'm currently a Ruby and obviously going Emeralds. And I've been in the business this month will actually be my 6th month. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. So my half a year anniversary is this month.
Yay!
My 2019 goal is by the end of 2019, I want to be a double diamond and, like, set for triple, like charted for triple.
I love that. Love that goal. Love that goal so much. Okay. So let's get right into the question. So guys, just like I said with Nicole, Haley is equally a mass enroller. I mean, this girl blows me away. Like, I still feel like you're new for some reason. Like, you said 6 months, and I was like, wait, no, it's been like 6 days. What are you talking about? She's literally amazing, and she has, like, I don't think I've ever heard her complain. Well, Nicole either, but like, you're just so positive, and I love that about you. So, we're just going to answer the same question. So what do you do every day to be successful, and how do you fit it into your everyday routine? And I want you to really talk about this because I know you go to school, and I want you to talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. So like first thing I guess like everyone should know about me is I'm a full-time graduate school student. I just started in the fall. And I actually just moved 14 hours away from my family. I live in Maryland now. So I live on the East Coast, kind of like with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys live on the East Coast. So I moved out to the East Coast to go to school. So I go to school full time and I have 2 other jobs. So I work 2 other part-time jobs and then I do this as well. So like sometimes it can get a little bit like overwhelming. But like honestly, somehow in the day, I think like I have to make time for it. Like this is a job and like I sit down, I make time for it. Like whether that's like getting on a power hour for an hour, like we've been doing those a lot lately and that really helps. But for me, like when I come home and I'm like done with classes, I like sit down and like I'm eating dinner, I'm messaging someone, I'm like making my next post, or like I'm at work and I'm going to the bathroom for 5 minutes, like you better believe I'm on my phone for those 5 minutes. I'm walking down the hallway, like people say hi to me and I'm like not even paying attention. I'm like, oh hi, and like I have my head in my phone, like which isn't, you know, obviously like a social life, but like I mean I love it and I love talking to people, so like totally worth it. But that's how I make time for it, is like I realize like it's a job, I want to be successful at this, I know what I want to be. Like I kind of like how Nicole said, like I follow Cassie, I follow you, I follow Nay, so I just like watch everybody and I'm just like I can do that too. I just need to put in the work because I know down the road it's going to be so worth it. And also like I have a lot of student loan debt, so that kind of like really pushes me to do that. But fitting in it during the day is like morning, afternoon, night, I'm literally constantly on my phone, like 24/7. There's not a time when I'm not messaging, posting, host to post messaging. I host a post message every single day. I literally just say like, hey girl, I know this is super random, but would you do me a favor? And on like New Year's, it was New Year's Eve, and I was with Liz, and Liz can attest to this, but on New Year's Eve, we were sitting there, and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm just messaging people like, hey, I'm having a quick giveaway. Do you want to be entered? Like, I just messaged people. It was literally 11 p.m., like close to midnight, and like I'm still working on New Year's Eve, and I'm just like, oh, do you want to be entered? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, okay. And I give them this Thermofy X host-a-post that I made, and just like I've gotten so many comments on it, and so many people are like, oh yeah, I'm ready to try that in a couple days. So like, yeah, like honestly, it's all about like staying consistent as well and just making time for it. But definitely host a post. Like I'm a huge advocate for host a post, because friends of friends, they don't know you. And even if they're not interested and they say, actually, you know what, I decided I'm not interested in this, like in this product anymore. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Or they don't have any money. I'm like, that's fine. Do you actually want to like be entered in my giveaway too? And then they do it too. So yeah.
I love that. I love it, like, because like you definitely take initiative. Like you're one of those people that like take initiative. Like you don't have to be told to do something. Like you just do it. Like I'll be like I remember the other day I was FaceTiming a distributor and a notification popped up and you were like, power hour. And I love that because like it's literally that simple. Like if you're telling yourself you don't have an hour to work your business, like you're lying to yourself. You're straight up lying to yourself. And the fact that you said like you fit it into your schedule like that, like bathroom, walking down the hall, lunch breaks, whatever, that's the key to success. Like you don't have 24 hours every single day, 7 days a week where you're just sitting down and working. It works. Like you are really busy, but you make it work. And that's so inspiring. And I feel like if you're on here right now and you are having a busy schedule and you feel like maybe you're starting to make excuses, like listen to this girl because she enrolls. I feel like you average like 2 enrollments at least a day, which is crazy, like literally crazy. Okay, yeah, that just fired me up. That was great. Okay, so next question. unless you want to add on. Do you want to add on to that?
I was just going to say one thing.
Yeah, go
like
ahead.
for me, like you said, lunch breaks, and that reminded me of something. I usually have weekly quizzes in one of my forensic chemistry courses. Like that's actually another thing I should have mentioned. I'm actually going for, going to go for like crime scene investigation. I'm in forensic science right now, but I'm doing crime scene. And so like the classes are like extremely, like grad school is really hard. So like for me, like making time for this, like I remember I was at lunch with a girl. She wanted to have lunch with me and I was like, that's fine. You can have lunch, but like, I'm going to be working. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, we just got done with work. Like we were just at research together. Like, what do you mean? And I was like, no, like you'll see. So I had my studying for a quiz in an hour and I had my phone in my other hand and I was trying to have a conversation with her. Like I literally did all of those things. And like, yeah.
I love that.
So constantly working, constantly. You can do both. You can do both. Like if anybody says you can't do both, like, or you say it to yourself, like you're lying to yourself. You can definitely do both.
Absolutely. Preach it. Preach it. Okay, I love that. Okay. Next question. What keeps you motivated when you're struggling, when you're feeling negative, and what is your why, as in why do you want to be successful in this business?
Okay, so for me, like, I don't just have one why, because I know that some people are like, this is my main why. Like, for me, like, I have multiple things. Like, I'm young. Like, I'm still young. Like, I want to travel. Like, I want to do so much with my life, but, like, money is extremely hard for me. And especially because, like, I came from a family who, like, I'm the first one in my family to go to college. So, like, no one in my family went to college. No one in my family, like I'm, like, to my family, they're just like, oh, my God. Like, that's crazy. You went to college, like that's nuts. Like everyone thinks like they're like you're so smart. I was like, you don't get like no like so like I don't know, like for me, like my why is because like I first of all like I have a lot of college debt, so I started paying for everything when I was a junior in high school. Like I paid for all my homecoming dresses, my prom dresses. Like I paid for my food at nights. Like my brother was eating like steak for dinner and I was eating ramen. So like we were treated very differently. So like for me, like I had to pay for a lot of things on my own, which I'm sure like a lot of people have went through that type of experience of like having to really live on your own. So for me, like when I was 16, I got a job and I like hated my job. I was in retail and I was like forcing people to buy stuff they didn't want to buy. So like my why is like, I'm helping people like lose weight, get fit, have better skin, and like they love the products. And it's like, it's a good deal, you know, like that's my why is I get to help so many people. And also with the job, like when I get people to enroll, like when people tell me like, oh, I can't join, I don't have the $20. I'm just like, okay, like, why can't you join? Like, why don't you have the $20? And they're just like, well, like, I'm a cashier at McDonald's and like, I don't have the money. And I'm like, can you borrow it from someone? And then when you get the money back, like you can pay them back. They're like, oh my God, yeah, that's a good idea. Or I'm like, you can sell your clothes. Like, I know some people have so many unwanted clothes, they can just sell it. So like, for me, like, it's always finding a way for someone to join. Like you just have to relate to them. And like for my other why is like I want to provide, like no one helped me with college, you know, I have a lot of loan debt and I want to pay it all off with this job. Like it's gonna pay it all off. It's gonna pay it all off. And I don't want my kids to be in that kind of, you know, financial debt, because it does, you know, put a damper on me. And there are times when I'm just like, I told all my friends in college, like I can't go out tonight, I don't have any money. Like I really don't have any money. And they're like, Haley, you work 3 jobs, how do you not have money? I'm like, oh, well, like I have to pay off this loan at the time while I'm going to school. Like I'm starting to pay off my undergrad loans now while I'm in graduate school, and I have to pay for my rent, you know, car insurance, health insurance. Like I'm already paying for health insurance. So it's just like, there's a lot of stuff I have to consider. And like, I've turned out a lot of opportunities because of not having money. And like this job really opened so many doors for me and like provided me with so much income than I could ever imagine from working from your phone.
I know, it's crazy, right? Just for
so many people are like, well, do you like put a lot, so many people are like, do you put a lot of time into it? And I'm just like, honestly, like, no, like I just, and like for me, like, I don't think of it as like, you know, like working. Like, I'm just like, oh yeah, like I have to work. Like I have to go do my hobby that I get paid to do. Like I get to go do something really fun. You go back to your 9 to 5. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like I just, that's just how I feel. I just like really am passionate about the business. And like, I just, yes, like my why is definitely like financial reasons, and then as well like to provide for like my future kids, my future family, to help out my family, but as well definitely like my why is like impacting lives for sure.
I love that. I feel like you're just shooting down every excuse that someone could possibly give right now. Like you're just like, just work your business. It's not hard, you know. Like you're just like, why wouldn't you have a why? Come on, get it together. But no, I really love that because it's just like, it's that simple. Like, stop overcomplicating it. Stop saying you don't have time. Get motivated. Like, you're clearly so passionate about this business, and you're just doing it. Like, you could be like, well, I have school, I have this, I have that, but you don't. And that's literally why you are where you are and you're going where you're going. I predict you're going to be triple by 2019. I'm just saying. I'm
so excited. I'm so excited. Literally, like, I would cry. Like, I cried when I got the Ruby bonus because I got that one in my first month. I went Ruby in my first month, and like, I remember like I called Liz, who she actually enrolled me, and I was crying, and I was like, I got $1,000, just like bawling my eyes out, because like, that is everything. Like,
absolutely.
people, when they just say like, there was somebody who commented on something on Instagram and was like, $1,000, like, you can make that in like this and this time. And I'm just like, well, like, as a college student who's paying off student loan debt, like, this is a big deal for me. Like, $10 is a big deal for me. Like,
absolutely.
like $10 on the ground, I'm like, you know. So like, honestly, like, the Ruby bonus changed my life and made me realize like, I have so much potential in this business, and like, I love being Ruby, but I have so many dreams and aspirations. Like, I'm going Emerald. It's happening.
Heck yeah. I love that. I love it. Okay. What is your biggest piece of advice you'd give to someone struggling in this business?
Stay positive, like 100%. Like, consistency is super important for me. And when Nicole answered this question, I was like, oh, I was going to say consistency. For me, my struggle is positivity. And it's funny because you were saying like how positive I am, and everyone says that, like, Haley, you're such a positive, bubbly person. Like, that's your first impression. And like, but on the inside, when I'm alone and by myself, and I, you know, haven't, like, for like the past 2 days, I know that like, I haven't enrolled yet today, and like, I didn't enroll yesterday, and that like takes a huge toll on me. When I don't enroll one day, I'm just like, oh my God, like, why am I not enrolling? Like, I'm messaging all these people, I'm doing all this, and like, positivity is so key. Like, I did not believe in self-developing when you shared the video of videos of self-developing and stuff, and I was like, this is crap. And manifesting.
Everyone thought that.
I was not going to say anything, but in the back of my mind, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing this. I started listening to that 10-minute manifestation video, and I was like, this is freaking weird. Like, I'm not doing this. And I turned the video off. I didn't listen to it. And then you were like, you kept talking about it, and you were like, it's so powerful, it's so great. And I'm like, all right, like, all right, fine. I'll do it. You know what? Like, who am I to say anything? You know what I mean? So I like laid on my bed with the lights off, closed my eyes, and that day I enrolled 3 LCs from manifestation of 10 minutes. 10 minutes of your day for manifestation. And like, for me, like, I always tell myself, like, I don't have time to self-develop. And then I like get angry at myself, and I'm like, I didn't enroll today and I didn't do that. And I'm like, but did you self-develop yet? Did you do that yet? No, I don't think so. So like, you have to keep yourself positive in this business, because it's one of those things where, like, for me, like, I'm very strict with myself. I'm very harsh on myself. I keep myself, you know, consistent. I make sure I'm like doing what I need to do every day. And like today, like, I slacked today. Like, I'm back at my old university today, and I'm only here until tomorrow. And I slacked because like my friend is like, oh, let's go look at all this stuff. But like, literally, like, as soon as I have a free moment, I'm just like, oh my God, I got to message all these people. Oh my God, I got to post. Oh my God, I got to add to my Instagram story. So like, for me, like, on a day that I don't enroll and I'm doing all of that, it takes a huge hit on me. So like, staying positive, listening to motivational videos, like Nicole said, I listen to a lot of motivational videos, like, and like Be Obsessed or Be Average, like Grant Cardone, like, that's just like, it's just all amazing. So like, and I know that like Allison got me started on that, because I always see her like, you know, screenshotting Be Obsessed or Be Average, and I'm like, oh, I gotta listen to that. So I just get so excited about it. But honestly, like, positivity is totally key. Like, you have to stay positive in this business, because if you're not positive and you're not happy, you're not going to enroll.
I love that. And one thing you said that literally, like, I need to repeat was like, you feel like almost unsettled when you don't enroll every day. And I think that that's so important. I don't like wish people to be unsettled, but like, it should be your goal to enroll at least one thing a day. Like, cause I'm on the same frequency with you when it comes to that. Like, if I don't enroll, like, yeah, I get like mad at myself, not like, you know, unhealthy mad at myself, but I'm like, okay, like, come on. Like, and then I like figure out what I can do better, where I can improve. And I, you know, wake up the next day and I try again. I think that's so important. Like, if you're someone who goes days and days with just saying like, yeah, I didn't enroll. Oh, well. And like, no, I mean, like, you're going to have a hard time in this business. I'm going to be totally honest. If you're not very passionate about mass enrolling every single day, it's going to be a struggle. And the fact that you are just like obsessed with like being successful is why you are and you're going to be. And if people were like that, they would realize, oh, it's that easy. I just have to become obsessed with what I'm doing. I need to mass enroll. There's no other way. And I just need to do it. Oh, I love that because it's so true. It's like just
sitting down like, and doing it. Yeah, like and like I think the one time that I've said like, oh well, I didn't enroll today. The one time in like this months I've been in this business, I was like, I'm sorry, who said that? Was that me? Holy crap! Like I need to self-develop or do something because that's never happened. I'm never saying that again. And like any negative thoughts, and I've learned this from being in our team. And like I'm a very naturally positive person, but I didn't realize that like I do get harsh on myself and I do need to self-develop because I've never done that in my life until I joined this business. And I tell everyone like my mom will be like, what do you love most about? Like, why do you love It Works so much? And I'm like, not only like, you know, like the products and stuff, but like our team. I was like, God, like I love our team. Like I love how positive everybody is. I love how we cheer each other on. Like that is positivity is everything. And like, even if you know, get an LC, like that can wear off really quick and you're just like, oh, yay. Oh, you know, like, so I some people get super excited and they're like, oh, it's over. Like I have to go get another one. But for me, I'm like, I get to go get another one. Like, yes, everybody's so excited, you know? And like, I love it. I love it.
I love that because it's so true. Like I feel like people might ride off of one enrollment and then they're like, where did the month go? Why did I only enroll 2 LCs? But it's like when you get one, challenge yourself to get another one and another one. I used to always say to my new girls, start out with just one. And then when you get that one, go for another. And then when you get that another, go for another. And it's just like, oh, I love it.
Don't stop. Just don't stop. Keep going.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. That was so good. Okay, so you're obviously mass loyal customer enroller and distributor enroller. So talk about how you get customers, like just in a nutshell. You can talk a little bit about that.
Host to post.
Yes, talk about host to
I'm
post.
sorry, like that is totally true. Like so I remember there was a time when I got a bunch of, I just love the coffee. I love like the Superfood Mocha Dreams deal.
Oh my God, you get like so many of those, it's ridiculous. Like,
for anyone who doesn't know what the Superfood Mocha Dreams deal is, I think it's still going on right now, but it's like, I don't know if it is now that it's January, but I think it is. But it's like, literally when people sign up, I'm just like, oh, like when you get to the payment step, like I remember you saying this and you were like, tell them when they get to the payment step, you know, there's Superfood Mocha Dreams. And I was like, oh, what's that? And so like I looked it up and I went through all the steps like as a customer and got myself all the way there. And I was like, this is freaking cool. Like, like that's an extra 30 BV on your order. Like that's an extra coffee, and they get more stuff. Like they get a whole thing of keto coffee and a whole thing of greens, like for like $49. And I'm just like, oh yeah, like we're going with this. And I remember telling people like when they're checking out, I'm like, let me know when you're at the payment step. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, oh, there's this deal. And I send them the whole thing about chocolate greens because most of the time I haven't talked to them about chocolate greens. I only talk to them about the coffee. And then I'm like, this is how I make like chocolate milk, or this is how I make hot chocolate. And it's detoxing your body. At the same time, you're burning fat. Like, and you get a whole nother thing of coffee. You wanted a whole month's worth, but you didn't want to pay the $78 for it. So you wanted to do the $39. Well, here, it's even cheaper. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, you can a month's worth of greens too. And now you have a month's worth of coffee. So it's just like host to post messaging is like everything for me. And I also want to say something I do that I don't know if a lot of people do. I put in a lot of orders myself.
Okay.
Always say when they say like, yeah, that works. Like I always end my messages with a question. And whenever someone's like, like that amount sounds good. I'm like, perfect. Did you want me to put in your order or walk you through my site?
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
Instantly. Yeah. And like a lot of them will say like, I get half and half. Like a lot of people are like, oh, just send me the directions. And then some people are like, oh, can you do it for me? Like, I'm actually super busy right now. Can you just do it for me? I'm like, yeah, cool. I just need your email, a password for the account, your card number, your shipping address, and your billing address. And I put it in for them. And then I'm like, hey, by the way, this deal just popped up. Send them a screenshot. And I'm like, this is the Superfood Mocha Dreams. Like, here's what it is. Like, do you want to add it? They're like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, all right. And that's how I get a lot of them is I put in the orders myself, but I don't go through eSuite. I go through It Works. I don't know if this is like cool or not, but like I go through my own site because that's how the Superfood Mocha Dreams pops up.
Yeah,
So
no, that's perfect. I mean, either way.
that's how I do it. Yeah. So like host to post messaging is like something for me. Like I remember watching this girl named Dee. And I think everyone knows. Yes.
Love her.
I watched her do a host, like she did a video through Morgan, and they were on there together, and she was talking about host to post. And I remember texting Liz, and I was like, "What is host to post?" And she's like, "Oh, it's this thing, you know, blah blah blah." It wasn't really a big thing at the time, like you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. This was my second month in, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, like I'm not gonna do that." But she talked about how successful she was with it, and I was like. I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep asking people to do more for me. Like I already post. I already like in my eyes, I was like, people already see my posts. Like, you know, what more do they need to see? Yeah. But literally a month went by and I saw a girl, a girl that I was like friends with, didn't realize she was a distributor. And I saw a friend post for her and it was like, hey everyone, you know, like my friend Rebecca is looking for product testers. And I was like, what the crap? I was like, what's that? And she, what is that? And I go and like look at it and I messaged that girl and I was like, hey, like, what did you do? Like, what is this? And she's like, oh, I just posted for like a girl who sells It Works. And I was like, that's host to post. So I went back and watched that whole thing. I also watched, I cannot remember whose video it was. I know that it was Carrie who hosted it, but it was like 100 LCs in 18 days from host to post.
Oh, I remember that one. Mm-hmm.
Everything that she said, I wrote down word for word. Everything that she said, I was at work. I had the video playing and every 5 seconds I rewinded, wrote it down. 5 seconds. I'm not kidding. It took me 3 hours to get through the hour Zoom.
Oh my God. That's like amazing.
I had to write it down and I literally just ask people all the time, like, do you want to be entered in my giveaway? Like, how would you feel about that? And they're just like, I'm like, it's a copy and paste post. I'm going for a promotion. Like, would you mind doing that for me? They're like, yeah, anything to help you out. I message strangers all the time.
I love that. Like, that's like literal dedication. Like, seriously. I love that. I knew you did host posts, but that's like so cool. Oh, okay. So, now let's move on to distributors because you blow me away with your distributor enrollment. So maybe talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't realize. So for me, like I thought I was better at like loyal customers. I was like, I always thought distributors were the hardest thing in the world to get. I was like, these are difficult. Like getting other people to join my team is so difficult. But I realized like you just have to like honestly like have a conversation with them. It cannot be, I mean, it can be. There are times where it can be like a couple messages back and forth and they sign up and they've been watching you. But a lot of these people, like they're just coming onto your page. They don't know like who you are. They don't know what you do. So I'm just like, I have a whole script written out of a bunch of stuff that I do and try to explain to them what the job is. And then like answer literally, I'm like, do you have any questions? Like, you know, and some people are like, this just seems too good to be true. And I was like, it is too good to be true. And it's one of those like once in a million lifetime chances. And like you have the opportunity at $99, just like I did. And I'm just like, I made $1,000 as a bonus in my first month. I can help you get that. And like, I just love being able to help others and see what they're struggling with and be like, okay, how can we tackle this problem? Like you say that you don't have this much money. How can we find you the money? How can I help you find the money? You know what I mean? So like, I try to relate to them as much as possible. Posting definitely. I used to do cold messaging for it, and that does work. But yeah, I remember telling myself when we got the $20 promo codes, I'm like, okay, I'm going to use at least half of these. Like I used 17 of them. I was so proud of myself.
That's amazing.
Literally 17 out of 20. And I was like, oh yes, I was so happy. I enrolled someone on Christmas Eve. Like I was with my family at like Christmas Eve dinner. We were about to go to our church service at midnight. And I sent the girl the directions. I was like, listen, you got an hour. Like you have an hour to sign up for $20. And then it goes back to $99. Like you got to do it. And she was an LC too. So like, I always reach out to LCs. I always ask them like the moment that you're like, hey, we have like, it's $49, it's $20, or like anytime it's cheaper. I'm like, hey girl, have you ever been interested in making extra money from your phone?
Yeah.
And just start with that and just go from there. And a lot of people like, I also message them if they like my posts, like my distributor posts. I'll message them and be like, hey girl, like I saw you liked my post. Were you interested in like hearing more about like, you know, what I do? And so like that kind of sparks a conversation too. And I didn't realize until I wrote down, I got like the notebooks app and I got the kind of the thing that you were showing us, the good notes. I got like an equivalent to that. put it on my laptop and I downloaded the diamond chat. And that's the first, like, I've downloaded the diamond chat, but I've never filled it, or the diamond chart, but I've never filled it in. And like, I realized that I'm like 5 distributors away from charting. And I'm like,
it's so exciting.
like, oh my God, like this is happening. Holy cow. So it's just like big dreams. And like, honestly, I'm the kind of person where like, you know, nothing is too far out of reach. Like you can do whatever you want, just set your mind to it. And especially like with helping distributors, like help them reach their dreams. Like if you have big dreams, like they're going to have big dreams too. So
yeah.
I texted all my girls and I said, what's your New Year's resolution this year? And just talk to them about their resolutions and like what they want to do.
Yeah. I love that. And I love how you were like saying like, oh yeah, I got $1,000 bonus. Like, and like, even if like, guys, even if you didn't get like $1,000 Ruby bonus, like maybe you got like a $50 first commission check. Like talk about that. Like I didn't go Ruby for 9 months. So for 9 months, I was going off of, I got $60 in the first month, but like I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I was talking about fast start bonuses, talking about my dreams. I don't care if you haven't made a dime. Talk about what you want to make, you know?
And I got $50 for my first check. So like I started at the very middle of July. So like I got in my first 30 days, I got the Ruby bonus, but like in like the very end of July, like I only enrolled like some customers and my check was $50. So like I also relate to that because like, but I realized I was like, this is amazing. This bonus is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This income is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm taking it now. Like I was telling myself, it's yours.
You're determined. I love it.
Yes, so determined. My second distributor was my boyfriend. I was like, hey, you want to sign up? You want to make some extra money? And I was like teaching him how to talk to other guys and everything. And I was just like so determined. I was like, I'm getting this bonus. Do you want to help me out? Like, yeah.
I love that. That's so amazing. Oh, that was so good. I feel like the chat was like blowing up. Is there any questions?
Oh my gosh.
Just a lot of you guys are amazing because you are. That was so good. You guys both just like blow my mind with like enrollments and just like your attitudes and everything. So I'll give it literally just 2 seconds for questions. I'm not going to take like 50 million because I don't want to like, you know, keep you guys too long. But no one has any questions. I definitely want to thank you guys so much. That was so great. And there's so many helpful tips. And just the fact that you guys are both busy and you still make this work is so inspiring. So I'm going to stop recording now.